Anxiety. That's going to be the subject of today. And if you dealt with that on a regular basis, this episode's going to be for you. Welcome to the Mike Belanger podcast, and let's dive in. So, today I want to talk about something personal and about something that I believe that a lot of people are struggling with, especially nowadays. I'm not a professional doctor or psychologist or anything like that. I'm just a regular guy who dealt with anxiety for a very, very, very long time. And now I want to share what I felt, how I was able to deal with it, and maybe how to help you and see or give you another view about anxiety. I think that we're so driven to have like performance and to always have the best image of yourself, and when we're bombarded with so much information coming from everywhere, it does create anxiety. For me, anxiety was always something that it was present all the time. It was always there, and I was suffering a lot about of panic attacks as well, and that was hard. It was really difficult. And I come from a background that's been like pure discipline. I was in the military. I've done a lot of hard things, a lot of difficult things. I followed like a really rigid structure. And still, I thought that this would help me get rid of anxiety, but it didn't until I went deep down and find out what the real root of the issue was. So for me, anxiety was like a lot of physical symptoms, like your body was like my body was in a survival mode, like the fight or flight freeze response that like your mind thinks that it's getting attacked or you think that you're gonna die. And then all the symptoms, all the biological system comes into place. Like your heart is pumping, your heart's going like it's beating like 100 miles an hour. You're sweaty, the adrenaline is rushing into a closed system that is actually doesn't need it. So you could, for me, like an example, I was like at the grocery store. I was going out to go see a friend. I was like, there's so many random situations that shouldn't be like difficult. It's like a day-to-day task, a thing that is really random. I would have like those surge of anxiety, and then it would result in like a panic attack, and then it would took me a little bit of time to actually bring that down and to go back into a safe zone, safe space like my home or whatever, and try to calm those episodes. But it was preventing me to do a lot of things. I would prevent myself to go on trips, to go hang out with friends, to go at certain places. I would like heck I would stop to go to like restaurants, to events and stuff, just because of the fear of having those moments of anxiety. And it was really difficult. It was like impacting my day-to-day life. I was always like anxious about, is something gonna happen to me? And then you have a couple of ones, and after that you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna have more and more, and then it's like a loop and it's never ending. I think it's something that we really need to go deep down. What actually happen in the body when those things happens, and this is only my personal experience. Like I said, I'm no doctor, but this is what I felt in my body. Like I was about to die, like literally. My body was shaking. I would get confused and I would get like sweaty. heart racing, dizzy, and then I would legit like it's the same thing as like, okay, like I'm gonna have a heart attack. It's the end. But it's all in your head. But your body doesn't know that, so it still respond in the same way. So your heart is pumping to like 150 beats per minute, but you're sitting or you're walking somewhere. You're not supposed to have that much adrenaline pumping in at the same time. And it was hard. It was really difficult. The body was like I would be exhausted after those because it's really like it would have been like a real dangerous event, but it wasn't. Here's the part that I think that not a lot of people actually talk about. Anxiety itself is not bad. It's a symptom of something going on deeper, like really, really deep into patterns, into emotional states that you would have like when you were younger or a traumatic event that happened in your life. And then your brain interpret this as a threat and then want to protect you from this. So anxiety is like the symptom of, hey, something is going on. You have to figure it out. Like your system is not working well. There's something going on, and you have to find what it is. People think that like anxiety is related to depression. They have it all their lives and they can't deal with that. They're just weak. Like it can happen to anyone, to the strongest of the people. It can happen to your neighbor, to your friends, to your children, to your parents, to whoever. And most of the time you won't even know until it goes really, really deep. But for me, in my case, I don't think that anyone ever noticed. And if they did, I mean, they didn't made it apparent. So it's difficult to know what people are living with. So we don't know actually what people are living with on a day-to-day basis. And it makes it even more difficult to actually talk about it, to go and get some help. We need to get help. Like, and we need to find what works for us. For me, I tried a lot of things. And then eventually I was able to find really what was working for me. And then that's when I became more spiritual. I discovered breath work, meditation, and cold plunging. It actually did work for me. It was a really game changer. It's difficult to explain exactly what it does, but once you're able to ground yourself and to be present in the moment, then that's when you're able to actually go deep inside of you and understand where all those insecurities, all those bad habits, pattern, moments that you were vulnerable that you don't want to repeat in the future, moments that is ingrained into you since you were a child, is how you were grown, like how you were growing up. It can be multiple things, but we have to figure out, okay, let's say it's a childhood trauma. Well, you have to figure out why, like where does it come from? And you have to confront it and accept that it's there. That's the biggest thing, is accepting it. Try not to push it away all the time and not being like, okay, like, no, it's not me. I'm better than this. It doesn't exist. I'm gonna push it away and put it in a drawer in my head and like put it in a small compartment and just compartmentalize. and forget about it. You can for a while. And I was really functional. Like in my work and all that stuff, I was functional. It was just like in the super tiny, inoffensive, everyday moment that it would have those. So for me, that was when it happened. When I was working in like high stress environment, I was good. Like I was thriving. But when everything came down and I had more time to be aware of my surroundings and like be more like, okay, now it's just, I'm not working, I'm chill, I'm relaxed, and then my anxiety would come up. So I realized very quickly that that's how I was coping with. I was coping with high intensity things and really difficult things that would actually bring me in the present moment. So when I discovered spirituality and the cold plunging and all that stuff, it was really like me taking control of the grounding present moment. That's when I had to stop myself and be like, okay, I have to take a moment, I have to breathe, I have to meditate, and that's it. I'm not thinking about the future, I'm not thinking about the past, because that's what anxiety is. Anxiety lives in the past or the future. It doesn't live in the now. Because when we are feeling anxious, we have the fear of something that either happened in the past, that may happen in the future, or you're scared about a certain thing in the future. If you're grounded in the present moment right now, it's difficult to have anxiety because you're now. You're not imagining multiple scenarios of what may happen. Like, oh, if I take my car and I drive to the bank, and then what if I get in an accident? And what if this happen? And it can be for anything. It can be about work. It can be about like anxiety. Like your anxiety is going to be different than mine. And that's why it's so difficult to figure out how to get rid of it, how to manage it. Because I don't think that anyone can claim that they're anxiety free, stress free, that it doesn't exist at all in their life. Unless like you're a monk in Tibet or something, maybe. But for everyone, I don't think that you can completely eliminate anxiety from your life. So that's when we have to be conscious of like, okay, the goal is not to completely eliminate it and be like, I have to get rid of those symptoms. Like that's my main goal. Like I have, because you fear the symptoms. You don't want the symptoms to be there. So you're like, okay, I have to get rid of it. I don't think that's the best way to see it. I think we have to be aware that it's there, being conscious, accept it, fine. It's there, good. All right, what am I gonna do about it now? I'm gonna go to the source, I'm gonna find why it's happening, and then I'm gonna act on it. I'm gonna face it head on and be like, okay, this is what's causing it. I have to face why. Why is it like, why do I have that trauma? Then you go back and you dig and you dig. And it's, for me, it worked. Like therapy worked, it was good, but it was when I really started to do the work. Like for me, cold plunging was the biggest thing. You're in the present moment and having the discipline to do it. For me, I do it every day. To discipline to do it every single day, to place myself into a difficult situation voluntarily, that's when I came to get control of my body's response to anxiety. Anxiety is not gone in my life, anxiety is still there. But now I'm able to know how I feel it, and I can control it because I have the discipline to expose myself to stressor that I can control. I voluntarily put my body into a difficult moment, the difficult situation. And just that makes such a difference. Another thing that is so difficult for a lot of people that are anxious is being alone in your head without any distraction, no phone, no TV, no nothing, yourself doing absolutely nothing. This is another level of learning and going inside and looking at yourself in a way that you never did before. At least that's what happened for me. And it was really like eye opening for me to do that. And me sitting still for a very long time, it was tough. But by doing it every single day, now I know it. If by some like miracle I miss a day, I usually pretty good at doing it every day, but if I would miss a day, like I can feel it. It doesn't have to, you don't have to meditate for like an hour. Like if you have like a 10 minutes in the morning, it's good. Just be present with yourself. Take the time. Like at first your thoughts is gonna they're gonna go everywhere. And that's what anxiety does. It makes you think and go into multiple places, multiple scenarios, which are usually not good. And facing those is the most important part, and it's the most difficult one as well. Breath work as well has been really good. It's helped me to bring my like calm my nervous system, and it just an overall really good way to be able to just oxygen your body, calm yourself. I'm not the best to describe breath work, but there's multiple videos out there to really explain in detail what it is. My main goal with this was just to give you a couple of advice and like ideas of how you can approach it. So that's what I do now to most of the time. And I try to let go of outcome of I have to control everything, let go of the control of every situation. Things happen. You don't have control over it all the time. So to let go of the outcome, that really helps as well about anxiety. So I'm not cured. I haven't found a magic pill to stop being anxious. It's a work. It's work that you have to do every day. Like people they'll see me every day, they won't see it. But most of the people that we see in the street, we don't see their stress. We don't see the anxiety. Sometimes we can. Yeah, sure. It's normal to be stressed in really difficult moments. I mean, anxiety itself is not bad, but the way that it's happening today, it is because the brain doesn't know the difference between a threat that is fake because we imagine it or a threat that is in front of you. If there's a tiger in front of you, it's normal to be anxious and it's good to be anxious in those situations. Anxiety itself is not bad. It's a response of your body to a threat. But in our modern society, we create threats in our own mind. That's the problem. And when you become conscious of that, when you become aware of it, that's when you can accept it and work on it. That's a quick recap of my life with anxiety, I'll eventually go a bit more into details about this, but for now, at least this quick video, I hope it can help you to find and be able to figure out what's causing you anxiety. So, thanks for listening, watching. If you liked the episode, please share and subscribe, and I'll see you next Monday. Cheers.